Well, we are here below Vicksburg. That's looking way up at it. That's looking up at Vicksburg. And we're down here, let's see. There's Vicksburg right there. We are actually from right there to mouth of Yazoo, right on the turn, right there above the bridge. We are about 9 miles, 8.5, 9 miles. But they've had it shut down up there because they've been dredging there to Delta Point. They've been dredging where we were having the main problems on this turn right here. They were having to drop down in here. Anyway, a dredge cut this corner off. They've been dredging in here for the past 24 hours or so. So now then we got traffic coming. And quarter furlong coming in. We got a bunch of boats coming. The smaller ones and the faster ones coming first. But look at all these boats. They're lined up. I'm not picking them all up around the corner up here. But they're all the way up. There's the Johnny Co. all the way up there to Captain Spanky's ride. All the way up there at Tallulah. But that's where we're at. We're down here below. There's boats up there closer northbound. Basically, there's boats north and south that have been waiting to go through there for over 24 hours now. And so they've kind of stacked up in both directions. There's not as many down on this lower end because obviously, well, the river closures have prevented that. So, yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of down in the hole and come down there. But anyway, they got the river back open up. So they were, last I heard last night, we had 30 of them to come down. They were going to run southbounders first. And then we'll get underway north. So, and it's more than likely going to be a flank there for the bigger tows. I'm assuming. I don't know how much they got cut off that corner and what they got that rebuoyed to, but that's definitely a flank. Has been for anything 25 barge tows. But what we've been bringing, the max size we've been bringing down through there. So anyway, that's what we're doing. We're hanging out here waiting to go north. I'm getting off tomorrow, so yeah, we'll either get anywhere from here to Lake Providence. I got on the boat at Lake Providence, so Tallulah's over there. We might still be here up in Vicksburg, so we'll see. But the fellas are over here, got it. They got it going on. Look at this. I don't know, more river oddities today, but it's not so much river curiosities. That's what it was. I forgot how to put that. Curiosity. That ain't nothing curious about that. They're just folks having a good time. Folks having a good time on the sandbar. Yeah, party on the sandbar. Party on the sandbar. Man, I'm tempted to hop into y'all and go over there and show them how it's done. But yeah, we'll get a string of boats. There's already the passenger vessels coming down. They're getting them down through there. Like I said, small boats, speed tows, all that stuff will get down through there. We got boats waiting on behind us, one up ahead of us, some up there at Vicksburg northbound still waiting to go through. So yeah, that's what we got going. It's a beautiful day, man. Look at that. It's a beautiful day. Nice Sunday afternoon. Got me sitting here watching boats go by. Yeah, kind of neat. Kind of neat situation. Can't beat a little downtime before I get off the boat. Cabins up there. Boat waiting up ahead of us. That's a KA back there behind us. Got the KA Eckstein. I don't know who's on there. And I know that Jim, or was it the Crimson Jim, or one of them big Artco boats was waiting back there. A few of them down there. American Pillar, yeah. Pillar, Addie Bell, American Melody, Joyce Hale, Lydia. And my buddy on there. Kyle Beatty on there on the front watch. I don't know who's on back watch. Yeah, anyway, that's what we've got going in the Vicksburg area, Vicksburg, Mississippi area. And it's low water, it's just a trip. We're right here below Coggins for those that know the area. Just shoved in here. waiting our turn, man. Waiting our turn. Yeah, here's the deal, y'all. I know that folks reach out to me sometimes, and I get emails and stuff like that. You know, you can find my email on my channel, and I get emails, but the long and the short of what I'm trying to get at is I get emails, and engaging with me is something that it's at your own risk. I'm on a boat, knowing what kind of mood I'm in, knowing what kind of questions are asked. Generally, if there are questions asked and stuff, I don't snap. I get the same questions a lot, and it does get it's a little frustrating, but I understand it. You know, when I get a lot of new viewers and people are still trying to learn, those questions have to be answered multiple times. So it's not that gets under my skin. But it's when people try to tell me I don't need to be doing what I'm doing, or trying to scare me from it, or telling me this and that and the other. And I don't mean to. I mean, there was a fair amount of pissiness and anger that gets thrown back at some of these emails that I've gotten. You know, I know they're well-meaning, but when I first wake up after a 40-day trip and I'm picking to go and watch, and I got somebody telling me that I need to be careful what I'm doing because law enforcement's watching me, that pisses me off real bad. Number one, I understand. I'm very self-aware. I understand what's being watched and who watches it and who it's in there. Anybody can watch it. You know, company owners, my boss, you know, people that issue my license. Those people watch my channel, and I get feedback from them, but I'm also aware of that. But for somebody to tell me that I'm on my cell phone and I need to watch out because law enforcement's watching me, man, I'm not no fucking Chicken Little. My sky ain't falling. You know, I follow the rules of the road. I know what I'm doing out here. You can hear the fire in my voice right now because that's the way I feel about it. I'll give a little background on it. The reason I feel so, when I started doing these videos and stuff in my YouTube channel, this wasn't I didn't start out to do a towboat channel or anything like that. It was my kids, man. It was sporting events and stuff, and YouTube was a way for me to share that with family and friends. And then my river job, I started doing that, and some people saw it, and it just kind of carried on. The accident there at St. Louis with the Miss Francis is really what was key to that. I videotaped that, not with any plans of posting that anywhere. I've just always been an audio video file. I've always done that all my life. I worked in photo labs growing up, and through college, and I've always, you know, had video. That's always something I've been into. So documenting stuff has not been outside of my wheelhouse for a long time. That's something I've always done. And when I started doing the ones on the river, I got a huge, this was before social media. Now then you can't, you know, if you're out here, there's all kinds. I mean, there's stuff inappropriate and appropriate and whatever. It's just all social media's, it's like everything else. It's consumed a lot of what we do. But I remember when I was posting videos on YouTube, you could not find, I'd never seen another towboat video before I posted mine. And I got so much blowback from my peers, from men that I highly respected, dudes that I'd trained under, guys that I'd worked under, and they ripped me. The river, it used to be charting and all that. It was real secretive. Information was not shared openly. It was like tightly held secrets, because that was what gave you an advantage on other folks, was you had information that others don't. I always disagreed with that. I'm always about, you know, sharing the information. I want to, you know, uplift people around me. I don't want to fucking step on people. I mean, that's just not my way. You know, I want to be the best of it. I don't know. It's just the information sharing. But this is how specific it was. I had a video and I was going through Grand Tower. I remember it. It's probably still up. And it was raining. It was raining and I'm videotaping. And I said on the video, I said, oh, it's raining. I said, this evening it might get back to be bad visibility. just that statement, I was told that they would take my license if something happened. I was told that they would take my license if something happened, and I was videotaping rain and saying that the visitability might get bad later. That just didn't equate to me. I didn't understand that. You know, that's what I say. I don't live in a world of chicken littles like a bunch of people do. I ain't scared of much. You know, I'm a God-fearing person. Actually, that's it, man. I really don't, you know, I do not fear another man. I never have. I don't fear a lot. I don't fear my, folks that know me know my mouth. My mouth will get me in trouble because I'll say some stuff without thinking a lot of times, but I'll get better at that, y'all. Get better at that. But, you know, don't poke the bear. And I know, man, it was well-meaning. I know, I read the email. There's a specific fellow, man, that wrote an email that I snapped off, and it was, I just want to try to explain that, you know, my intense feelings about that. I'm very protective of certain things that I do. And when people try to, you know, scare me from something or try to tell me that, I don't go for that. It will backfire. I will lean into what I'm doing, and it pisses me off because I'm very aware of what I'm doing. I'm, you know, I don't know. See, you hear that fire coming out in me. That's 40 days of riding on a boat, and then a touchy subject with me, telling me you know, there was nobody said I can't do anything. That's the thing. I have been told. I worked when I was tripping. I would get requests from folks that they didn't, you know, and there's obviously things. That's a problem that I see folks posting. I learned, you know, early on hard lessons about stuff that you post and trying to make the industry, you know, shine a light on the industry without making us all look like idiots out here. I mean, that's my plan, or was my plan. I don't know if it worked. But it wasn't a plan with the channel. Let me restate that. It was just so I could share what I'm doing. And mainly with family and friends back home, because there's no idea what we do in the little southwest Oklahoma town that I grew up in. Not only was what we do out here really not known much about, it was frowned upon. I remember when I started working on the river, just for my family, it was, you know, I told somebody yesterday, to this day, there are people in my family consider me a failure for what I do out here. You know, because I didn't finish my college degree and I didn't do this. My own mother has ripped on my career many times. You know, things wrong with it, things that I do wrong, you know, so I'm used to that. But when I get folks telling me that, you know, watch out, like I'm doing something wrong, I just don't have that fear. You know, it upsets me because if you see me doing something wrong, let me know. Otherwise, you know, just a vague threat of I'm on my cell phone. Man, I hate to say, but electronics are part of the industry now. I mean, electronics are part of the industry. You know, if you want to go distractions and stuff and information, I mean, you know, there's a balance to that, though. There's a balance to that. I really do see, if you're driving down the interstate, you don't need to have that fucking phone in your hand. But out here, and then we have rules about guys with their phones on deck out there. No, that is not a place for it. If you're off watch and you have your phone somewhere doing something, okay, but, you know, there's a danger in that. And there are specifically places out there. And, you know, I don't, even when I'm doing treacherous work and stuff in tight, you know, like some of the turns that I was making and videotaping, I've done the phone deal and I've got the stand, so it's so second nature to me. It doesn't interfere with my job at all. And at any time, I will throw the phone down. That is my last, you know, my last worry is documenting it. I mean, getting around a turn is my priority. And I wish people could understand that. I don't know. I think I'm venting a little bit. I know I'm venting a little bit, but you know, man, it just, I feel a little bad because I dug in hard on this email. You know, it was, you gotta remember, man, I'm on here on a boat, got 40 days in the middle of the night, I wake up to go to the bathroom and I happen to see an email. That was my fault, I must say, checking emails like that. But there was some things I'm expecting or I'm watching out for. Anyway, I saw that and I was like, what? So, you know, yeah. It genuinely pisses me off when I have people like that, you know, look, unless you see a speeding car headed right towards me to take me out, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I got this. You know, I mean, that's the thing that bothers me. Trying to instill fear in me to get me to act. That's the way I look at that. I know that wasn't the intent, but that's the way I look at that, is people trying to instill fear in me to get me to act a certain way. And that's a bad man. You're going the wrong way there, but like I said, I'm one of those messed up individuals that will lean into something if I'm being told not to do it. You know. Now then, that being said, I do understand who writes my paycheck. And if I'm told to stop doing this, I would immediately stop. But I'm not, man. Like I said, my goal is to uplift and shine a light on things, man. We've got some amazing wheelmen out here. I'm not anything, it's hard to say, but I'm not anything special when it comes to the wheelmen, folks. I just happen to have a channel and I document it. There's some wheelmen out here that do not do, I mean, they're specifically guys that don't get on social media and don't do anything and don't tell what they do or don't say anything, but are just, you know, legitimate river legends. And that's the thing I also want to say, man. I'm not this, you know, outlier exceptional pilot at all. I learned from these guys, my peers, and I still learn from my peers. This boat handling is something. Captain Henry Kelly, 80-year-old man I rowed a boat with, and that is so telling of that man, and about tears me up when I think about it, because he's not around anymore. But that man still learned. I mean, I remember him, he told me that. He said when he quit learning out here, it was time for him to hang it up. And that was, yeah, Captain Henry. I miss some of these guys. Some of these men have been like so important to me. But it's guys like that, man. It's guys like Captain Henry, Speck. Man, there was just, I couldn't even go on my captain, John David Arnold. I mean, these guys taught me life lessons that I never learned anywhere else. George Packish, man, I don't want to leave, you know, I could just go on and on. And guys that are working to this day, man, my own peers. I mean, that's the thing. I really, yeah. Man, just mentioning Captain Henry's name. I was talking about Captain Henry and Speck, those guys. Yeah, some of these old rivermen. But, yeah, that's that. We're going to be boat watching today, y'all. It's a Sunday afternoon, man. I get to say, you see, this is what I got. This is what I got. Sunday afternoon watching boats go by. Come on, man. Tell me what part of this is bad. Tell me what part of this is bad. Tell me, man. This is some, it's a great job. It's a great career. And I just like to shine a light on it, man. On especially my peers and people that are out here. You know, there's so many that don't care for people to see this. And it's not their, you know, they just do their job and go on. And, those are the men I really respect, man. I've got a lot of respect for my peers, man. What boat is that? The Harmony? Let's see what boat it is. Let's see boat name. Let's see a boat name. See a boat name. Yeah, I was rambling there. I don't know if y'all got American Serenade. I get to rambling and let my emotions out. Things can go different directions sometimes. Yeah, it is what it is. And I'm sure I piss people off all the time and all that. That's not my intent. I'm kind of set my ways on certain things and feelings in the way I am, and yeah. Okay, cool. Man, look at this. You're going to have sandbar in the background, sandbar party in the background. An excursion boat cruising by. But that's what we got. That's what we got. Me ranting and raving on Sunday afternoon. Giving zero fucks about anything, probably. That's kind of the way I feel. Alright. Enough of me being an old grouchy old turd head. I'm going to enjoy my day, y'all.